Linda broke 50 pencils in succession during art class, but she wasn't drawing. The teacher approached with a puzzled expression and discovered the girl had filled her paper with chaotic numbers. The teacher reminded her it wasn't math class, but Linda showed no reaction and wrote even faster. Eventually, the teacher had to take the paper away and dismiss the class. Despite the interruption, Linda wasn't angry. She simply walked outside the classroom and stared at the sun, lost in thought, ignoring the teacher's calls. On the day of the school celebration, Linda's art piece was sealed underground as a gift for students 50 years later. Watching from a distance, Linda's expression grew increasingly solemn. When the teacher turned to check on her again, Linda had vanished, leaving only balloons floating in the air, suggesting her departure wasn't ordinary. Sure enough, Linda disappeared. The school organized a search party that looked from daylight until nightfall without finding any clues. Finally, the teacher heard noises in the basement. Opening the door, she was shocked to find Linda sitting on the floor with bloody hands. The teacher watched in horror as Linda's fingers kept moving, and her eyes instinctively looked toward the door. To her surprise, Linda was continuing to write the numbers that had been interrupted earlier, repeatedly muttering "stop" under her breath. The teacher felt a chill, but didn't think much of it. 50 years later, the school retrieved the time capsule as promised and distributed the artwork as gifts to new students. Everyone received exciting pieces like flying saucers and rockets, except for one boy who got a tattered paper filled with numbers. Just as he was puzzling over it, a figure in black appeared in the distance, staring intently at him. When Carl's classmates noticed, they teased him for being unlucky. Carl didn't mind, but when he looked back, the figure had vanished. He began to suspect the numbers might be useful and took the paper home, telling his father it could be a mathematical puzzle. At first, Jack wasn't interested and even used the paper as a coaster. But when he noticed the number combinations, he recognized a familiar sequence. After some analysis, he broke down the numbers into what appeared to be dates. Sitting at his computer to check, Jack was shocked to discover that one date was September 11th, 2001. He felt uneasy about the precision of these numbers. Further investigation revealed that each number group corresponded to dates and death tolls of global disasters. Every date matched a major worldwide catastrophe, and the death counts aligned perfectly. He sat in front of the TV watching news channels, waiting to see if another disaster would occur. However, by the following afternoon, there were no relevant reports. As he anxiously waited, he suddenly remembered he'd forgotten to pick up his son from school, and it was about to rain. He hurriedly drove to the school but encountered heavy traffic. While calling his son to tell him to wait patiently, he noticed something familiar about the coordinates on his navigation map. He quickly checked the paper and realized they matched his current location. Could the traffic jam be caused by an accident ahead? Jack decided to get out of his car to investigate and found it was just a traffic accident. As he tried to ask a police officer about the situation, the officer's expression suddenly changed, and he turned and ran. Jack looked up to see a plane about to crash in the distance. The prophecy had come true. This movie is called Knowing.